seem to have a special interest in investing in research projects and initiatives of those kinds. What do you feel? Do you see a lot of our programs or policies? Do you think they are informed by research, or there is still some distance to cover in that? And specifically, how do you see the role of research in the overall policies and programs?
No, I think it's something that cannot be, oversold. The importance of research or the importance of knowledge. We must, however, remember that policies are not entirely driven by knowledge. In fact, knowledge may neither be necessary nor sufficient for good policy. That's a major caveat. However, if there are good intentions, then knowledge is enormously useful, and therefore it's with that optimism that we must invest in knowledge. That if there it is very important. For example, if we were talking about, say, a major intervention in the recent past, such as say the NREGA. Now, the NREGA actually built upon lessons of the earlier employment guarantee program, which is Maharashtra. Also, the Food for Work program elsewhere. It also built upon knowledge generated by numerous interventions which went into soil and water conservation. It also built on knowledge developed related to local governance. And it's after having studied all those collective experiences that they went on to define the guidelines, the rules, and then the policy was launched, which is supremely innovative. So I'm just offering that. But it's, very, very recently we had a crop insurance scheme, the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. It's a significant improvement on any public assistance to crop insurance in its previous avatars. And the reason why that was so was because the previous avatars of crop insurance were actually studied quite closely, and at least some of those problems fixed. There continue to be a lot of issues with the Fasal Bima Yojana. But I said it's evolutionary in the positive direction. So in that sense, and this is just knowledge one should not look at in a purely technocratic sense. So let's assert a principle that the principle of cooperation is fundamental if we want to transform people's lives. So as an individual, he or she is far less powerful than as a group in asserting whatever their interests are. Now, it's very important for us to not merely try and invest to see how the famed Amul cooperative worked, or how some of the good urban cooperative banks worked, or some of the good sort of urban, some of the good sugar cooperatives worked. What's also important to see what did not work. Okay. To a certain extent, there has been an investment in knowledge. However, it's incomplete. You still, which is why subsequent institutional reform measures, including the emergence of the farm producer company, leave sort of something to be desired. But it's also true that we must admit that in a country as vast as India with innumerable problems, we cannot expect a single institutional fix or a single technological intervention or a single sort of whatever it might be to solve things. So that humility has to be there when we design our interventions. And it's only there's humility as well as commitment that knowledge is useful. But we need to invest in knowledge in the first place.